welcome to Quincy Access Television's Studio A. I'm Mark Crosby. Welcome to Department Profiles. Department Profiles is a program that looks at specific departments in the city of Quincy and helps you to stay informed. We are visiting the Veterans Services Department today, and the Veterans Service Director, Christine Cugini, has joined us. First, Christine, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Great to have you here. You have been in Quincy Access Television's studios in the past, but it was as the local coordinator for Wreaths Across America.
Yes.
Now you are the Director of Veteran Services here in the city, so congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me today, and it's a job that I enjoy going to, so I guess we don't call it a job then, do we?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have done your service to the country. We should mention that as well. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Yes, I'm a United States Navy veteran. I was in during Desert Storm, Desert Shield, 30-something years ago. But a time in my life, no regrets. I guess the only regret would be that I should have stayed in. But life, life happens, choices, and I'm happy to serve in this capacity now.
But you certainly did your part. And really, you can look at this job as a continuation of your service.
I do. And it's to meet fellow veterans, regardless of time and service, to hear their stories, to help them get the benefits that they deserve is really important to me.
We should mention that every veteran who served, that's a blessing. It doesn't matter the time served, the fact that he or she served.
Yes. And on that, eligibility for benefits change or differ according to the service time.
Absolutely.
Either when you were in or how long you were in or what capacity, but ultimately every person that served is appreciated.
So before we get into the department specifically, let's talk about your involvement. As I'd mentioned, initially you were the local coordinator for Wreaths Across America, a very successful program nationwide and successful here in Quincy.
Yes. So this past year we just celebrated our 5th year. Our first year in 2018, we covered the veterans' graves with a remembrance wreath at only Mount Wollaston. And after that day, we went full force to cover all veterans' graves in the city of Quincy. There's I think it's about 7,300 veterans buried throughout the city of Quincy across 7 cemeteries. So really an accomplishment for the city, the residents, donors, both business and individual. I love that it's continuing. It's certainly the program is a little bit easier now, because we've been through it a few times. But the funding is getting a little bit harder. But we're doing it, and it's happening. So, we'll continue until we can't.
That's good to hear. I believe this recent year, so that would be in December of 2022, you were at the State House as well.
I was. So before COVID, I believe they had a state ceremony, and I went to, so they just started it back up this year, and the Wreaths coordinator from Somerset organized it. It was probably a cut down ceremony, but still very. I think it was so important to have the senators and the congressmen and all, our politicians to come and join us for that ceremony, and there were quite a few, and our Quincy reps were there, so that was very nice, and they'll continue that now every year. They had it before the actual Wreaths Across America Day. So it was a good day.
We should mention that locally here in Quincy, Mayor Thomas Koch is always behind veterans.
Always.
As everyone should be, but...
Well, we can hope, but he is a...
I think his involvement, one could state, often goes beyond.
Well beyond. And as a veteran, it's so appreciative. It's something a lot. When I talk to my counterparts from other cities and towns as a VSO, nobody does it like Quincy. Nobody. And we should be very proud of that.
That says it all.
It does. And I owe that to Mayor Thomas Koch.
Let's talk about kind of an overview of your department, and then we'll get into some specific programs, and then we'll talk about some upcoming events.
Absolutely.
So let's start with your office, the Office of Veterans Services.
So we are a fully staffed, it's myself, Beth Chincherik, who's the admin. She has been there for 15, 17 years. George Bouchard, who is our Graves Registration Officer. I believe he has been there for 6 or 7 years. And then Lisa Griffin, who just joined us in May of last year. We are, regular business hours, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. And we're there to help veterans. We're there to help the families of veterans, and any questions that come up relating to veterans. We may not have the answer right as soon as you walk in the door or make that first phone call, but we will certainly find out what that answer is and get back to you for it.
You mentioned stopping by, so let's talk about where the department is located.
Sure, we are at 24 High School Ave, which is High School Ave, you would think is close to the high school, but it is not. It is off of Quincy Ave, so we're right behind fire headquarters. We have a great little location. It's the Red House next to the Quincy Art Association. And it's perfect for us there. We have plenty of parking. The space inside is nice. It works for us, and it's comfortable for when our veterans come in because it's not your average office space. So we brightened it up a little bit. We did some painting when I took the job, and it's welcoming.
I've been there I would agree, and I've been there to return flags that are past their life.
Yes.
Let's talk about, I just wondered, this just came to mind, I wonder why it was called High School Ave. I wonder if there was ever,
there might have been a high school.
There might have been a high school there.
Yes, I believe the building that we're in is an old military building.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Phone numbers, I know they will be up on screen momentarily. And then, of course, the City of Quincy website, the Veterans page on that website.
Yes. So the phone number is 617-376-1192 is our main line. And then you can always find information on the Quincy MA City of Quincy website. and just look for the Veterans Services page. But I believe that information is going to be up as well.
You are correct. That information is up as we speak. Let's see, the director listens to you.
Yes. Oh, nice.
Let's talk about some programs that would be beneficial to veterans, and some programs that veterans unfortunately aren't aware of.
Yes. So what I found, and I'm sure this happens everywhere, a lot of benefits don't get out to the people that are eligible for them. So one that I found is common is the Massachusetts state annuity. So our veterans who are 100% service connected are eligible to submit an application for the Massachusetts state annuity, which then you will receive a $1,000 check deposited into your account that you wish twice a year. It's not, you don't have to reapply each year. Once you are awarded that 100% service-connected disability, you apply for the annuity, and then you should get the next check. So if you apply now, you'll get a check in August. So it's the July 31st, I believe, is the deadline for the August, and then December 31st is the deadline for the February check.
What do you think might be a reason why folks don't search out programs such as these? Lack of information, or could there also be the fact that a veteran's supposed to stay strong and not require
I want to say
assistance?
that's more likely the case.
But don't think that way. Please don't think that way.
No, this is for you. This is for the veteran that has been awarded that 100% service connection. You served. You were eligible for this, and you deserve it. And it's, you know, this is, I don't want to say peanuts, but it's the least, you know, it's the least we can do. And it's just, it's an annuity to say thank you for your service.
So certainly folks, now that they are aware, they've watched this program,
Yes.
they can come see you, they can call,
Yes.
they can go on the website.
Absolutely. Call us. We can help you fill out the application. We can certainly scan it and email it to you if you're tech savvy, if you have a printer of your own that you can print out. If you have any questions at all regarding the application, give us a call. If you think your spouse is eligible, but you know you don't want to approach him or her about it, you know, give us a call. Maybe there's something that we can do to help.
One of the, I'm out and about, as you know, in the city of Quincy. You're out and about
I
in
am.
the city of Quincy. And you were actually, we were both at the Kennedy Center on the same day, and you were actually assisting a veteran with, might have been paperwork of some kind. So folks, Christine's out there to certainly help you. So certainly call upon her.
There is it's a veterans group that's held at the Kennedy Center, and that was my first time there. It was a room full of veterans, probably 20 to 25 veterans, and I was very surprised at the number that didn't realize of the benefits that were out there.
And a lot of times if someone hears, even myself, if I hear application, I tend to think it's going to be complicated, right?
I'm not going to lie.
Well, but
some
again,
of them are.
That's why you are there for assistance.
We are. That's some of these applications are very hard. Some of them are overwhelming when you look at it.
But that should not be
But
a reason why you don't
Absolutely not, because that's what we're there for. That is, we can walk you through step by step, question by question, to help you fill out that application and get it in.
And you're more than happy to do it as well. People shouldn't think that it's wasting your time.
It is not a waste of time. We actually enjoy it. We do. The department,
well, because you
the
know a
staff
veteran that served is getting what is due them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is, it is an honor to be able to do it.
Well said. So other programs that you'd like to bring to light?
So a couple of things. I brought some notes with me.
As did I.
A few kind of events that are happening, if you don't mind. So at the State House on Tuesday, February 21 at 11 a.m., there'll be the Iwo Jima commemoration ceremony, and that'll be held in Memorial Hall on Tuesday, February 21st at 11 a.m. We're also having the PACT Act Town Hall, and that is on February 22nd at the Morissette Post.
And what is that exactly?
So the PACT Act is new benefits, and we're sharing what those benefits are for veterans. The PACT Act was passed, and now the new laws came into effect January 1. So that's another way of getting the information out. So that PACT Act Town Hall is sponsored with the VA as well. So we'll have VA reps there. We'll have representatives from the claims, so VA benefits, VA healthcare, and the Vet Center, and then the staff from the Veterans Office in Quincy will be there to assist. Just making sure people are aware of what new benefits are out there for them and how to get them.
And if you could, because I came close to interrupting you at
Sure.
the beginning of that, just the time and the date again.
Sure. So PACT Act Town Hall at the Morissette Post, which is located at 8183 Liberty Street, and it'll be from 4 to 7 p.m., but the information session will be from 5 to 6. So if you're there just to listen, it's 5 to 6, but what we are asking is that you contact the office because space is limited, obviously. Contact the office at 617-376-1192 and just put your name and let us know that you'll be attending.
Very good. Any other events?
Then in April, I'm not sure the specific day, but we'll get that information out on the website and I can share it with you, and maybe we can get it up in another program. The Army drill team will be at Hancock Adams Common. I believe it's April 4th, around 3 o'clock, and they'll be performing there. That's I've never seen them. I've seen them on TV, but never live, and I'll definitely be there for that day. And then the Army's bringing in an interactive exhibit during the end of April, where you're going to be able to go in and it's hands-on kind of real interactive stuff that the Army is bringing, and that'll be set up at the General's Bridge Park. So I'll get the dates for that as well. And wow, you know.
And I would say for those, because it's relatively new, who don't know where the General's Bridge Park is, could you tell them?
I would, no, I can't. So it's the corner of General McConville and Dunford Way, but you come off the parking way where all the beautiful service flags are, as well as our city and state, and of course, the U.S. flag.
Right, a new area of the city.
Beautiful area, and I hope as more things come up, you know, we'll be able to use and utilize that area more. So,
talk about as we're doing this program, I suppose, partnership or collaboration with the VA and how that works for you.
Sure. So part of the responsibility of the office is to assist veterans, not only in the state benefits, but also in the federal in a VA claim. And so there's benefits that veterans are eligible for a pension. If you're low income, that pension piece you might be eligible for. We help with that application, but VA applications are not difficult, but long in process.
Specific.
Yes. I would say their applications also, it's not a cut and dry question. A lot of times it's that gray question. You're like, it could be this or it could be that. So we really just kind of help you through that process of a VA claim, the VA pension, the application for survivor benefits. So if your spouse passes away, you could be eligible for benefits if your spouse was a veteran. So that application is long. We have I would call him a liaison with the VA healthcare, and we work very closely. He'll be at the PACT Town Hall. He is, I believe, a retired colonel in the Army, Mr. David Henke, and we send the VA healthcare enrollment for healthcare to him directly. So that connection we have with that, and he looks it over, and he'll call each individual person and just go through the application. And it's really that personal touch, I think, really is helpful to the veteran when they're applying for this stuff, because they don't want it just to go into the black hole of paperwork.
Right.
Right? So Dave Henke from the VA is very helpful. We have a very great working relationship with our national service officers, who, if a veteran comes in regarding a VA claim and it's just not cut and dry, we have that open door, that relationship that helps us kind of weed through our questions and then their questions. So it kind of gives us a guide as to which way to move forward on a claim that may not be cut and dry. We have a great working relationship with the HUD-VASH, the housing voucher social workers through the VA that we talk to weekly. And it's important. It's important that our veterans know that we're a team working together for them.
You had mentioned housing. We spoke about housing at the beginning of the program, and what a challenge that is.
It is a challenge. Especially for our senior veterans who may not, they're maybe in a house that's being sold, and they've lived in that house for 10, 15 years, and it's not easy to find new housing at a rental amount, but they're out there, and we help them. We help them fill out the Quincy housing applications, the other private housing applications that are in and around Quincy, and see if they're eligible for help through other groups, Volunteers of America, RAFT if they owe money. So we do our best to get all the info. QCAP is huge. Fantastic group down there in all that they do. And I
think in general, more housing is needed. I know recently in the city, not far from the studio here on Washington Street, there was veteran housing built, I guess, or certainly rehabbed or added.
Yes. So they, I believe there was one floor on top of 27 Temple Coddington. I don't know where the street starts or begins, but the address is Temple Street. And then they added, I think 38, it might be more, but I think it's 38 new apartments. And
I assume those are filled.
Filled and a wait list already. People were waiting to get into them, but those veterans have come into our office and they are so pleased with their new home. So pleased and just extremely grateful, It's what a
nice,
location.
Certainly, and it's nice to be able to provide.
It is. Now, a ton more would be great,
Right,
but,
absolutely.
all
I
in
know.
good time.
As we close, we're coming to the end of the program. Anything that we haven't mentioned?
Just if you, please, if you have any questions regarding benefits, whether it be for yourself, for your spouse, for your mother, for your father, please give us a call. We can certainly go through what the eligibility is for benefits and if they meet that criteria. If you are a senior, this is just a quick and easy. If you're a senior and you receive your Medicare Part B and it is taken out of your Social Security check, there's a Mass Health buy-in program. So if you are single and you make below $1,869, we can certainly help you apply for the Mass Health buy-in, and that way that money will come back into your Social Security check. And if you're married, it's $2,518, $2,518. That's the approximate amount of qualifying you to apply for or not apply, but to receive the Mass Health buy-in program. And our office is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. Call with any questions.
And as you had mentioned, High School Avenue.
24 High School Ave, and we do have to take a lunch break, and that's between 12 and 1.
You have to feed the brain.
We do, and drink our coffee and, fill our stomachs. But really, if we're in the office and you knock on the door, we will certainly open the door if it's locked. So.
And again, visiting there myself, I know that to be true.
Yes, we try very hard to help and accommodate. And as a veteran going through a VA claim, if you work Monday through Friday and you don't have the time to come in, I can certainly arrange to, one, stay late, or two, come in on the weekend. My time is flexible, so please just reach out and file the claim. Let's get you your benefits, and come and say hello and introduce yourself if you're a new veteran to Quincy.
Well said. I think we'll end the program
Perfect.
there.
Thank
and
you.
I want to thank you for joining me
Thank
today.
you.
And thank you at home for watching. Please continue to watch and support Quincy Access Television for more programming just like this.